Next event is value request done, help request is done, start of selection. Okay, we'll start reading the data. Select. We'll see we have the structure here. Okay, we were planning to read only these fields. Press Alt and select the column wise content. Okay, copy. Okay, we can paste here. Instead of paste, whenever you paste, you should have the space. Otherwise, it will override the below lines code. Okay, we should have the space. Okay, from Mara table into table IT Mara where, and where condition we have two fields, right? For the fields, we have the material is there in select options, material type also there. So we should pass this both conditions, both fields to the select query. Okay. M8 is one field. Since it is a select options, we should use in option. S_M8. Select options means we have the multiple ranges we can give, multiple single values we can provide. Okay, so because of that, we are using in. In means it will consider all the values, all the ranges. If it is a material type, MTRT, we should write one more condition, FTRT. One more condition means we should use AND. If there is an intersection, then we need to use OR. If you want union, then we will use AND. Okay, both conditions should supposed to satisfy. We should pass AND. Okay, material type equals to P_MTRT. So we have two conditions. One is material, and we are using one more condition. Okay, so both supposed to be satisfied. We are reading data. After that, end of selection, then we supposed to display the data. Top of page, end of page, anyway, that is different. Event wise, now we are going to display the data. For this, we don't need event. Selection screen, display, that is not the event. Display the data. So we have two options, display or download. And that is a requirement. How can we decide these two things? Do you have any deciding factor here in this report, whether we wanted to display or download? We have this checkbox is there, P_check. This is the deciding factor here. Okay. Because here also we are disabling, right? We are disabling enabling of those downloading parameters. Okay. So same we are going to use if P_check is equal to space. Okay. We can write this way also. Is initial, is not initial also we can write, or equal to space also we can write. Equal to space means we wanted to display, else download. Okay. So what is the display logic we regularly use? Loop at IT Mara into work area Mara. You follow end loop, right? Work area Mara. Okay, we need to display these fields. Mandate. We have to separate each and every field with comma. Okay. And we have to clear one. When you are doing loop, every loop will display one entry, and we need to clear work area because work area capability always single entry. So once we clear, again second loop will start it on the top. Second entry will push to work area, again will display like. Okay, if I execute, If I give the material number 1 to 10,000, FERT, if I'm not selecting this, if I execute, we can see the data. Are you able to see this data? 800 client, material, created date, user, material type, analysis sector.
Yeah.
We have all this information. Okay. That is for display. Because I'm not selecting this checkbox, that is why it is displaying. If I select this, we wanted to provide this one. If I execute, nothing is performing because we are reading data, but which block is executing? This else block. If I write here hello, it will display hello only. We should write in this else block, downloading code. Just select, I'm not filling anything. 1 to 10,000. Data will read. If I execute, hello only will display. Okay, so there we're supposed to write downloading code in this position. So for downloading, we have standard function models, which are okay, geo upload and geo download. Okay, geo download is a standard function model. Once you click on enter, this will generate the code here. You can see this is a standard function model code. Okay, so all these parameters are commented. Only this parameter is enabled. What it indicates that again this parameter is indicated. So those parameters are mandatory parameters. Okay, how can we? I mean, here we can directly understand this is a mandatory parameter. In function model level also, when we create function model, that time also we can mention is it mandatory or optional. You can see here in this list, this is option. This is mandatory parameter, which is not selected. If you select, that will become optional. But file name is not selected here. So that is why this is mandatory field. See, this file name is a mandatory. What is a file name? Where we can select this file? We are selecting file here, p_file using F4 file name function. The file path will sit in this variable, and that variable we can use here. p_file is a file path where we supposed to download. And what is a file type? ASCII format. Okay, and the content we have a separator. Okay, we wanted to separate as a separator. Tab separator we are using ash. Okay. And other fields I'm not going to use. Those are not required here. And what data we supposed to download? So data is part of this internal table IT Mara. So IT Mara we are reading and we are down here we are displaying, right? Instead of displaying, we'll pass IT Mara here. That data will be downloaded correctly. And I'm just enabling all these exceptions to catch the runtime errors. Okay. Save. In this function, this is generated code. If it is not equal to 0, message file downloading error. Type this else message file downloaded successfully. Type success message. S means success. Here we have to use E. E means error message. Less than, greater than means it's a not equal to. Not equal to means it might be any of this reason. 1 to 22. File write error, no batch, invalid type, unknown error, header not allowed, separator not allowed, file size not allowed, header too long, database errors that create, send, write. This are related to database. Access denied because of authorizations. If you don't have authorization to download file into our local machine, it is comes under SGA 61 authorization. If we don't have that, then it will be denied. We can't able to download the files. It is restricted normally in user's point of view. They will not able to upload and download files from their laptops or desktops. That is also accessed in it. Timeout error, disk full, memory full, file not found. Okay, we have number of exceptions here. If you wanted to write exceptions, if they're asking if there is a programming standard and we have to mention each and every error, all these 22 errors are not applicable. But still, if there is applicable and you have to mention each and every error, we have to write case statement here. Case size above 6. Okay, if there is a not equal to size above means it can be 1, 2 through 21, any of the number. So that is why we mention case size above when it is a 1. Write file write error message here. We have to write like this. Others I'll put command message. We have to write each and every message. We have to write. If it is a 2, like that, we have to write 22 statements. That is a full programming. Okay, exceptional case. Then no batch. Right. Like that, we have to write when 3, when 4. Okay. These standard programming standards are very less. Projects are using. Otherwise, you can write general message, file downloading error or programming error. That general message you can use. Okay. Save, activate it. Okay. Just executing. So if you're not giving any material here, 1 to range, 1 to 10,000 we provide. If you're not providing anything, it will consider for all materials. All materials which are there in FERT. How many materials we have? 4,370 materials. Right. If I execute, all 4,300 materials are displayed. See, I'm just still scrolling down. These are all 4,000 entries. Right. I wanted to display a heading. If download, we'll see later. First, I wanted to write heading. So heading can be done through top of the page. Right. Okay. So what are the headings we have? I wanted to compare with the fields. So if you see a right side above arrow mark, there is a small horizontal button kind of thing. If you double click on that, editor will be splitted. Okay. So in the top block, you can go to the fields. Okay, so this is all the fields. The second block, I'm just scrolling down. Here I can write the headings. Client. Material. ERSTA. It is date. Name who created. Material type. I'm writing short names because we have material type is always 4 characters. We have space issues. Index is sector. That is also we have 1 character. Mechanical or pharmaceutical will get only single value only. Material type. Material group it is. And unit of measure UIM. NTDW. Okay, it's net weight. Okay, all headings we mentioned. And after this, I'm just writing Q line also underline. And I'm just pushing color also, format color 2. Okay. After this, I'm just closing the color, format, reset. Okay. I'll remove this one. Save, check, activate. Okay. Execute. Again, execute. We got all these headings. We need to adjust this. This can be adjusted. So I have to open table in C11 by saying the length of the fields. It's not open. It is open. We have to write the headings adjustment, okay, based on the length of the fields. Okay. So client is okay, material is okay, but from date onwards, we have to adjust each and everything. So last time we adjusted a similar way, we have to adjust. One space is starting is there. After that, client 3 characters plus 3, 1 plus 3, 4. After that, we have one space, 5. After 5, material will display 5 plus 18. Here you can see material 23. 23 plus one space 24. After 24, date should start. 24 plus ERSDA 8. 32 plus one space 33. 33 plus name of the user, always 12 characters. 45 plus space 46. Okay, 46 plus material type MTRT 4 characters. Okay, 50 plus 1 space 51. Okay. 51 first index is sector always 1 only. 52 1 space 53. Material group 9 characters. 62 plus space 63. Okay, unit of measure 3 characters. 66 plus 1 67. Okay. This color is not indicating, we use different color. Execute. Again execute. Date is fine, name still it is not moving. Okay. So date we consider 8 characters, right? But when it comes to the output it is coming as a 10 characters. You can see 27 05 1997. But as per database, it's a date format 8 characters, but still it is on the output screen, right? We need to consider addition 2 characters because this is the output format. Dots are added. Okay. $35, $48, $53, $55, $65, $69. Execute. Date is fine, name is fine, material type is fine, index sector, material group, unit of measure. Only net weight we have to adjust. Okay, net weight also correct because the net weight is displaying right side here. If you see here, the red color arrow marks. Okay, it is on the same line, but the problem is here data will display in the right to left. That is the thing. Okay, is this clear, guys?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is the top of the page. I'll use a different color. Yellow is not. Now we have to write end of the page. So basically in this report, end of the page is not suitable because we have multiple entries. So end of the page is required if there is a fixed structure. Okay. Fixed structure or fixed blocks wise, you wanted to split the data pages wise, then we are using end of the page. If there is a dynamic data, if I use ROH, entries will be different. Here, if I select raw material, ROH, entries will be different again. So entries will not be same. Data will be always dynamic. Okay, if you wanted, I can capture the describe table. IT Mara lines LV count. Type integer. We have LV count. We are capturing here in select query. Okay, so that's LV count. I'll display the top of the page. Here. After 20 lines, okay, LV count. We'll see now FERT 4,370 entries. You can see total number of entries. Okay, auto adjustment. 4,370 entries. If I go with ROH here, raw materials, we have 5,204 entries. Okay, so we have dynamic. Okay, so this, if you use top of the end of the page or footer of the page in these scenarios, pages will be splitted, but actual look and feel wise or requirement wise, that is not required in this report. But I'll try to tell that how can we utilize in this. Okay, we'll see that functionality of end of the page and how it will be working. But in this report, that is not the requirement. I'm trying to push all 11 events in single requirement. Okay, end of the page, just writing here after 20 characters. Okay, so I would declare two variables here, start time and end time. We need to declare those in the top. LV start time, type this one variable. Okay, so what I did, I created two variables, LV start time and end time. I'm just capturing the this is the end time because this is the last event always will trigger. Okay, so end time we capture and we are displaying end. Let me scroll up. Okay, so is it visible now properly?
Yes, yes, Krish.
Yeah. So here I was created two variables, LV end time, LV start time, because I wanted to capture start time, end time of the program, and I also need to indicating that end of the page, start of the load of the program when it is triggering. Okay, load of the program we didn't use right as of now. So we have the start time. I'll insert the variable here, LV start time equals to psi user DIT system variable. So when the program is loaded from the memory, this is the first event we'll call. That time we are capturing the time of the system time we are capturing, and the last event is top of the page. In that time also we are capturing the time and we are displaying both the time here. Okay, and this is a footer SAP technologies. We are also using breaking the line and U line we have. Also we'll use slash. I just click on check. No errors, just activate the report. So here only this report we are activating. Okay, continue. It got activated, object activated here. Okay, now we have fate. Okay, FERT is already there and I'm just executing. I'm not selecting any material. We wanted to display all the materials. So are we able to see any footer? I'll go to the bottom. I mean the last line. Are we able to see any footer here?
No.
After this material. So no data. So why that is not coming? When we discuss this document. Okay, we have one point here. It's line number 4, I think. Okay, here you can see. So the line count of particular page can be set by using the additional line count n of n1. N is the number of lines per the page and n1 is the number of lines reserved for the page footer. Okay, so we have to define this line count. Then only line n1 is reserved for the footer, then only footer will be displayed in the reserved line. So we wanted 2 lines here to be reserved, and total we can define anything. Okay, we want 20 lines, 25 lines, or 30 lines. Okay, line count 30 of 2. Okay. So there is an underline also there. We have to write 30 of 3. So total we are considering 30 lines each, and out of 30 lines, 3 lines for footer. So remaining 27 lines will display the content. So 27 entries. We have a header also top of the page. So there also we have 2 lines on underline, 3 lines, and footer 3 lines. Total 6 lines is gone. Remaining 24 lines will display the 24 entries. For each page, 24 lines only it will display. Just executing now. You can see the footer. So this is the top of the page. This is the footer of the page. How many seconds it took? 48 8 seconds, 48 20. 2 seconds it took to display this report. Okay, actually it's not 2 seconds, but in the selection screen we are waiting, right? If I execute, here we are waiting 1 second or 2 seconds. Just see, I'll wait 4 to 5 seconds. That also will consider. Now I'm executing. We can see 41 it is executed, 51, 10 seconds it took because we waited in the selection screen. Here we have only 24 entries. Again, next page is started. You can see it is data will be break like as a page wise. So in this report, in this kind of report, we don't need actually footer because footer is we'll always use when there is a fixed structure in the output. Okay, always will be 25 lines, always will be 10 lines, then footer will help. If there is a dynamic data, now here it is coming 1 through 1321. Next time if I use ROH, entry will be 2811. 13 is not there in this list. Okay, pages will increase 5204. Previously it might be 200 or 300 pages, now it will become 400 pages. Okay, so now we understood, right, at what situation we supposed to use footer. Hello,
Yeah, Kishore. Yeah.
is there any lagging in the voice?
No, it's clear.
So now I wanted to download. If I download, okay, now we will clear with the download one. Display one is cleared. Okay, so display, heading, footer, and all. Now we need to clear download one. I'm selecting the file here. I wanted to download. Desktop, I'll select one note, any notepad file. Yeah, any notepads. Desktop. We have some report notepad. Suppose we have this notepad. I wanted to download as a Mara content. R underscore text. This file I'm planning to download. Okay. Number of entries, I want 50 entries. If I execute, so this is the runtime error screen. Okay. So error description of exception. Whenever there is an issue with the code, this runtime error will come. Dump screen we call in SAP terminology. SAP dump is generated. We'll see this dump category of programming error, runtime error, call function conflict type. So what is the meaning of conflict? If there is a mismatch, then it we call as a conflict here. So when we are calling function, call function, what is the key? Why we are using call function keyword? We discuss in modulation concept, modulation techniques concept. Include subroutine function model. For function model, we are using call function. Okay, while calling the function model, there is a conflict with types, data types, or whatever the types we are using, elementary data types or predefined data types or data elements. Okay, so there we got this illegal type. Okay, that is the error. If you see error analysis here, exception has occurred, which is explained in more detail below. Okay, which is assigned to the class. This is exception class. You can ignore that. Therefore, cause runtime error. The reason for the exception is while calling this function model GO download is incorrect. The function model interface allows you to specify the fields of particular type under file name. We have the file name. The field P file is specified is different field type. Okay. P underscore file type is different. File name file type is different. Okay. This is known error only, which I populated intentionally.
Is it because of there is an variable you mentioned as S underscore Matner?
No, not that one. So here it's a call function we have here upload, and we have file name, file type, and all. So I'm trying to say here, whenever we are using function models and we are assigning something, and right side, left side should be same data type. That should not be changed. If there is a different data type, assigning is different. Assignment using assignment operator, assigning the value is different. Using the assign the values directly to the function model is different. This is not allowed here. We'll see what is the type for file name first. Go to this function model. Is a function model which is SE37. Go to import tab because file name is here. What is the type here? Associate type.
String.
It's a string. String means infinity characters. Okay. Now come to this P underscore file. Where we declare this P file? in the selection screen, right? Here we declare what is the type. What is the type we use? Local file. It's a data element. Double click on this. Are you able to see this data element?
Yes, yeah,
What is the type we use here?
character.
What is the length? 128 characters.
One,
Character 128 equal to string, it is not allowed. String is different, character is different. Because of this mismatching, function model is getting dumb. Okay, we have the, okay, even we are not able to catch the exception here. That is not part of this 22 runtime errors. Okay, illegal type. So we have to rectify this. So we need to make this, we anyway this we can't able to change. This is a standard function model. Now what we can change, only right side we can change. So whatever we pass right side, that should be string data type. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'll create one new variable with string data type here. LV file type string. Okay, LV file is the variable which is a type string. I'll come to this function model. Before calling the function model, I'm saying LV file equal to P file. Okay, and here I'll pass LV file. Now, what is the type of LV file? What is the type we use to declare the variable? Here. Jayanti, Prasan, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see
Yes, sir.
what is the type we use for this LV file? String data type.
String.
Yeah. And what was the file name type? If you go to this function model, what is the type they declared here? File name string. Now both are matching. Okay, it will not throw any runtime error. Okay, so P file is a character 128, but we are assigning to LV file. Okay, so data automatically will store in LV file. LV file, when we are passing, both are string data types. Runtime error will not generate. Okay, I just activated now. Now we'll execute the report. Execute. I wanted to download the file content. I'll take the file path from the desktop now. Okay. Here my file name supposed to be Mara. Okay. Now I'm going to execute. Are you guys able to see this security pop-up?
Yeah, yeah, Kishan.
What
Yes,
what it indicates, the system is trying to create the file. This file is trying to create. That is one. In which directory? In this directory, desktop. Desktop has also directory or C drive, E drive, whatever it may be. We can take folders also considered directory only from SAP point of view. So this is the directory and this is the file name. Okay. So it is asking our decision. This is coming under again authorizations only. If we click on allow, it will be downloaded. What is the, you can see the message, file downloaded successfully. Okay, file downloaded successfully in our desktop, because we took our desktop. Are you able to see this file, Mara file? This one.
Yeah, yeah,
If I
yeah.
open this, you can see all entries are there for 9 columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 columns and we have 4,000 entries here. But how many entries we mention on the screen? I mentioned only 20. Did you remember? Okay, I'll show that one. Okay, we didn't mention this time. Okay, so now we got all 4,370 entries. I wanted to restrict this count. I want only top 100 entries or top 50 entries, top 60 entries. Okay, we want only those entries. That time we can mention here. We created this field also, right? Number of entries which you wanted to download. Okay, suppose if I mention 100, I'll execute this file again. I'm just deleting this file. Just executing again with 100 entries. This time it will not ask the permission because file name is same. We already provided the granted. If you change the file name again, we'll get the request. So file downloaded successfully. Go to this Mara file again. Again, we got the same entries, 4,370. You can see all the entries are displayed. But we mentioned only 100 entries, right? It should be download only 100 entries. Where we lost the connection? Any idea? Okay, we'll come to the code. 100 we are storing in which parameter? Underscore number. There's a parameter for under this block. Right, this is a parameter which is storing the integer value which we are providing 100. Are we using this parameter anywhere in the code? We are using only for displaying this F1 option, but after that, no, we are not using anywhere. So there is no link between the reading of data and this number. Okay, I'm going to pass it here. Okay, so here I'm writing if condition. If p underscore check is initial, this one. Okay, select query should work. Else, I'm just duplicating this select query. If checkbox is selected, we wanted to download the data, right? In downloaded data, we have a logic called up to rows. To 100 rows example, just giving. What will happen if you mention here 100? 100 will be the fixed value. Okay, instead of that 100, I'm passing underscore number. So whatever user is entered on the screen, that will be considered here. 100 rows, 200 rows. We discuss in normalization concept. Activate. Okay, understood, guys? What we did here? If there is a P checkbox, it is selected, then it will go to the else part, downloaded code. This is for display. For display, we don't have any restriction, numbers and all. We wanted to display all.
Got it, yeah.
Okay. So checkbox is decide whether we want to display or download. If it is selected, then it will be the else block. If it is not selected, it's the easy initial, is the failure case. Failure means if you are not selecting, we wanted to display. If you selected, we wanted to download. In downloaded code, I added additional keyword called up to rows in the same kind of select query. So we are restricting the rows, 100 rows, 200 rows, whatever entered by the user. Basically, we are hard coding here. Instead of hard coding, I just put variable dynamic values. Now, if we'll execute it again. Okay, execute. Now I'm selecting here. File path, I'll select desktop. Mara is already there. I select this one, I'll make it as a Mara 1. Okay, this is a new file. I'm selecting here only 20 entries. If I execute, it will ask the permissions. Okay, it is a task. Okay, so file downloaded successfully. Mara 1. Are you able to see only 20 entries here?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You can see if I place the cursor here, you can see here in the bottom line 20, column 72. So we have only 20 lines. Understood now the whole report?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I have I'll mention here 1 to 5,000. I'll mention here 5,000 entries. How many entries will be displayed?
100.
100. Sunil, you there in the call? No. Shobit, you mentioned 100.
No, yeah.
1 to 5,000 I mentioned here. Condition in previously we don't have any condition. So I mentioned 1 to 5,000, and here number of entries 5,000. How many entries it will be downloaded? I'll let Mara 2. New file I'm downloading. I'll see that how many it will download. File downloaded successfully. Mara 2 file. I'll place a cursor here. How many entries it is downloaded? 379. Why it is not downloaded 5,000 entries? Between 1 to 5,000, we have materials, 379 materials only, which are satisfied for FERT. Okay, if you mention 5,000 entries also, it's not meaning that it should download 5,000 entries here. That is a maximum value. If there is a condition is satisfied more than 5,000, then it will download 5,000 entries. If it is condition is satisfied less than 5,000, whatever the entries is satisfied, only those entries it will be downloaded. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
If you mention here 10,000, if there is a entry satisfied for these two conditions, 15 is satisfied, 15,000 is satisfied, then it will download only 10,000 entries. Suppose for these two conditions, only 2,000 entries satisfied, then how it will be displayed 10,000 entries? It will display only 2,000 entries. If you mention even 10,000 also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that is a report. I don't think I didn't miss anything in this requirement. So that was, yeah, I have completed all this. Yeah, sure.
I have a question. You used one, there is a variable s_mattner. Why that is for, what is the?
This one?
Yeah, okay. You declared already. Okay, I thought you.
No, I already declared. This is a parameter, material selection option parameter. I just gave 1 to 5,000. Now 1 to 5,000 we can't able to give in parameter. That is a single input parameter, right? So all primary keys mostly clients are asking ranges only. This is not the range value. This is a master value, fixed value. Materials we have 1 to 10,000. Suppose customer also we have 1 to 1,000. Sales also we can take the ranges. Material type also we can put ranges, but range will not work here. Only extension will work. Single values will work. Like we need to go extension there. We have to put material type FERT, ROH like that. Ranges will not work. Wherever there is a text and unique values, ranges will not work. Whenever there is a numbers, those scenarios ranges will work. Or sequence of content, even in the text also, text should be sequence of text. Like A, B, C, something like that, then we can. Okay. Now I'm giving the requirement. It is same as 100% same functionality, but content is different. Okay. Please try that one. Okay. So this is assignment, customer master data. You have to create the report. Table is KNA1 table. Now we use Mara table. You need to use KNA1 table. And input screen, we have 5 parameters, right, in the screen. total 5. This is 1, material type 2, checkbox 3, file name 4, number of entries 5. You can create same 5. First one is, instead of material, you can use customer. Instead of material type, use country. Instead of material type, you can use a country field is there in the table. Okay, you can use that one. And download checkbox anywhere you can use. Number of entries to be downloaded, this last one. And file location, you can use the file option. You can use the same selection screen. You can create, only text will be different, fields will be different. Okay, and you can take these two options, notepad file downloaded or display the content. I use 9 fields. I selected 9 fields. You can take any random 9 fields in the starting of the table, and you can create the report. And here material type we are validating, right? FERT, ROH. If you provided ABCD, it is material type is not part of master table. Similarly, country field we have, you can validate the countries in T005 table. This is the master table of country. What are the countries we enter, that should be part of this one. We can write that logic, the logic which we mentioned here. You can write this kind of logic for T005 table. Will you do this requirement?
Yeah, Kishore, yeah.
Yes, sir.
See, each and every event, positions, everything will change. Only tables will different, fields will be different. Okay, we can take 9 random fields: customer, customer country, customer postal code, address, phone number, a reason is there, state is there, province is there. You can select anything related customer information. 9 fields you can take along with the mandate, client name, and you can create this similar kind of report. Okay.
Yeah, Kishore. Yeah.